And he was like, I don't think you're worth that salary. Like, yeah, straight up.
Podfast is back. 6 minutes, one guest, and no time to waste. Charlie Hill, you've made quite the pivot from building virtual restaurants, scaling to 30 plus locations, but then now you're using AI-powered strategies to grow everyone's LinkedIn. During those times, way back in KitchenX brands and always up to now with Linked Agency, how did you perceive yourself? And also, how do you think the people around you perceived you?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Like, people always sound quite kind and like sweet, like basically, but I just always wanted to be like entrepreneurial, really. That was always the aim and the reason why I started KitchenX. But I mean, to answer your question, like, I'm not really sure. I just perceived myself as someone who wanted to start their own business. Like, at the end of the day, that's all I've ever wanted to do. And hey, I'm back here again doing it. So
where did that come from? That drive to start your own business? You need a certain kind of character and fire to do that. Where did it come from?
Well, yeah, I mean, both my parents are self-employed, so that was kind of the model set by them. But it's just ultimately like freedom is quite an important word to me. And I did a placement year at university. It was like for 1 year, and I just hated it. Like, I literally was so depressed. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this full-time work. So yeah, I just had to. I knew I had to do my own thing, and I've always wanted to do my own thing. Like, growing up, watching The Apprentice, etc. I was like, yeah, I want to be Alan Sugar. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I definitely think it's a bit of like nature and nurture there. So
I guess it's quite a good insight because I know that a CEO once told you you're not worth your salary.
oh yeah, you do.
Yes, and I think, well, first of all, how did you feel when you heard that?
Oh wow, yeah. So that was interesting. That was after I worked in the hospitality industry as a marketing manager for a bit. Then I like found a job at a B2B travel like tech startup, and it was great because I needed to find work. You know, like the last place I worked at was it wasn't great. Like that boss was awful. Yeah. I won't go into it, but yeah, basically I was really like I had to find work, and I was negotiating salaries with this new company I was going to work for. I was in the final round of interviews. I was speaking to the CEO, and I was like, yeah, I'm asking for the top salary range. Like, you know, I think I'm worth that, clearly. And he was like, I don't think you're worth that salary. Like, yeah, straight up. And he kind of retracted it afterwards. He was a bit like, I mean, like, don't like take that personally or whatever. But it really stuck with me. I was like, wow, like this guy, you know, what the hell? Like, I'm going to still take the job, even if I have to drop a few points there on the salary. So yeah, I knew that I had to build something for myself. So I worked there for like 6 months. And I started to post on LinkedIn and build my personal brand. So I think had he not told me that and I'd been a bit more comfortable, I wouldn't have made this decision to like build my own thing on the side. So yeah, it was rough at the start, but hey, I'm glad he said it now.
Made it here.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you then prove him wrong?
Well, yeah, so I incorporated my company kind of like a few months after that. And then I remember distinctly, it was Christmas Day 2023. Like a year and a half ago now, I was like strategizing my personal brand on LinkedIn. I was like, okay, I'm going to have this profile. I'm going to post about this. I'm going to dedicate to posting every single day. And yeah, from the 1st of January onwards, like most New Year's resolutions, I started doing it. I started posting on LinkedIn, and it actually stuck because I literally spend my weekends like batch creating content, just talking about like the latest AI updates, because there's so much AI news, and there still is to this day, but it gives you so much to talk about. So yeah, just dedicated to posting every single day to LinkedIn. And it took me like, I'm not sure, like 6 months to hit like 10,000 followers on the platform, which is okay. Like it's quick for some people.
More than I've got.
But like when you're doing it every single day, it was so tough. I remember I'd wake up at like 4 a.m., create content, like engage with people on the platform, and then post like before I went into work. Then even on my lunch breaks, I would still be like engaging with people, like replying to comments, building relationships.
I think a lot of times when we're creating something, we conflate our self-worth with metrics that are beyond our control. LinkedIn likes, comments, reposts, all these things.
Yeah.
How do you balance the two and walk that tricky tightrope?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because obviously like on social media, I've got like, you know, whatever, 100,000 plus followers. But then actually like since starting that venture, I've kind of felt like I've had lower self-worth, which is strange because you'd think that someone with 100k plus followers must, be a genius or something, like, but like I don't feel like that a lot of the time. I think because I'm surrounded by like, brilliant individuals, really smart people, a lot of the time I'm like, oh wow, like I know nothing really. Like sometimes, whereas at my previous place of work, I was like the go-to guy for marketing, the go-to guy for AI, and that made me feel like really, like strong, intelligent and powerful. Whereas now on this solopreneur journey, I'm like there's so many smart people out there, and it's really like really smart people who have only got like a minuscule of a following as I do. But the difference is that I've put myself out there and I've posted every day and just shared everything that I know, to be honest. So it's hard, but so worth it.
What do you think is holding most people back from achieving that level of success and having more self-worth?
Yeah, I think it's definitely like they find it a bit cringe to start out with, like posting to LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn's considered quite a cringe platform anyway, compared to like Instagram and TikTok, etc. But I think it's just that vulnerability. People are like afraid to be vulnerable and to share their like highs, lows, their knowledge. They don't think people will appreciate it. But it amazes me how many people don't know how to like use ChatGPT or like how to grow on social media. And those are two things that I post about regularly. Your old content should make you cringe and be like, wow, I've come so far since then. So it's honestly just getting past that initial, few posts and cringing at yourself, and then it all becomes like muscle memory. Like you grow your content muscle and become better at creating better content ultimately, I think. So yeah, just post it, guys. But like ultimately, I always say to people, like, you are the content. It could even be talking about like the conversation we're having today. It could be about the flat white that I drank earlier. Like it could be.
God, this is going to be a great LinkedIn post then. Charlie, we've got a closing tradition on this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Which is where, regardless of the guest, they answer this one question. What is one message that you have never sent but you wish everyone would receive?
I mean, I think ultimately, like, one important message is that a lot of people talk about like AI replacing people, which isn't something that I like to talk about on social media. I think it's clickbaity. I think ultimately it's like AI is the great equalizer, and it can help small companies and people just share their voice like I did online. I was terrible at copywriting, but thanks to AI, I can actually write pretty good copy now. So yeah, that's something that I don't talk about enough, but I would like everyone to hear. 100%.
Charlie, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for being on the podcast.
It's awesome. No, thank you.
God, I could tell you're just sweating as
I
well.
know.
Like, it's so hot in here.
I suffer from like sweating, like excessive sweating. Yeah.